So I'm actually creating your lunch today. If you think I'm going to allow you to take your piece of bread and come to my side of the dish,
The Molokhia handroll has been born. What is your take on mansaf?
it's very easy. You know what a traditional mansaf looks like?
Of
Bread,
course.
rice, the yogurt, a big chunk of lamb meat that's been cooked in broth and then in the yogurt. How do we eat it? With your hands. And you
أكيد.
take the rice, a bit of the meat, a bit of the bread,
بتغمس يعني essentially.
you make it into a ball, and you flip it into your mouth because you're going to use your fingers again. I took that, wrapped the bread outside, and we deep fry it after.
So you created the actual لقمة or التغميسة نفسها يعني
Luqma,
basically.
and my favorite word is luqma. Luqma is, and if you look at the book, there's actually a luqmat molokhia.
I noticed. I was talking, my daughter is very much a لقمة type of تغمس وتاخد وتعمل. I looked at
Exactly.
this actually when I was doing research yesterday. I was like, aha, that's so cool.
How can I put every single flavor of our cuisine into a spoonful each time?
I love
That's what it is. Into a tahmisa. I mean, you use tahmisa and it's music to my ears. If somebody ever calls hummus again a dip,
that. I
I'm
know.
gonna scream. Tahmisa.
التغميسة, yeah.
It's a
It's a great word.
beautiful luqma. They're
Yeah,
beautiful instance of eating
صح.
which have to be celebrated. But
And
yeah,
it's so communal as a concept, right? يعني مبدأ التغميس أو اللقمة or whatever by definition means sharing. يعني
لا
فit
لا لا
it
لا
it
لا 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 no
and
no no
طبعا you don't share.
Hashem, I'm not gonna do a luqma next to you ever. If you think I'm gonna allow you to take your piece of bread and come to my side of the dish,
ده مؤكد. I will do this for sure.
uh, we're not eating together ever.
Trespassing يعني.
I'll just take the
أنا بص
plate and turn around.
I don't know how many Egyptians you know بس موضوع الباوندريز اللي هو الناس بتتكلم عنه ده is non-existent. I mean we don't know boundaries, right? We're like يعني my wife until today who's Saudi she's like boundaries حبيبي boundaries please and I'm like what؟ يعني we don't have it. ف definitely هنط عندك في ناحيتك من الترابيزة وهغمس ولقمة وهوبا لالا ويعني ده ده مؤكد.
But
sorry
Tala,
فادي بحبك
I
بس
made
يعني
it
مش هكذب
easier for
عليك.
you at Akub. At Akub, it's all sharing small dishes.
خلاص هروح عقوب هروح على
لما
لندن.
تيجي Akub, I promise you, if we're together, I'll order two of each dish so you can stay
لا
on
بس
your
that's
side
not
of the
working,
table.
that's not the point. ده برضه the whole point ان انا اجي ناحيتك والزق فيك انا you become a bit uncomfortable واقوم انا that's the whole يعني it's not getting the mirror dish ناحيتي وناحيتك دمه تقيل. لا will make you a little bit uncomfortable. You've been warned.
Well, I'm lucky to live in Palestine where Egyptians are not allowed in because of the occupation. So at least it'll require more than a couple of hours for you to show up here and
Yes,
dip into my
indeed,
mansaf today or something.
indeed,
But no,
indeed.
no. Joking aside, I actually think
Okay,
yes, it's one of the beauties of our culture. The fact that
100%.
we are having that communal way of eating, and communal, even though sometimes today it's misinterpreted into a bit too much abundance,
صح.
and that's a sad thing we see on a lot of tables across the region. And
And that's a social media phenomenon as well, right? يعني
social media.
لانك you want to show a frame with like 9 different dishes, right? I mean,
Hashem.
unfortunately.
Come on. When your mother cooked for a celebration, it's before social media. Like, look,
That's a
I
good
blame
point.
social media on for what it is,
No,
but
it's
I
Arab
also
excess. It's Arab excess 100%.
exactly. It's
احنا
the
على فكره لغايه
Arabic
النهارده
said,
يعني انا اقول لك حاجه لغايه النهارده انا يعني I had friends over last night. My wife is
oh,
traveling with me and the kids. Just a couple. يعني they're a man and a woman. And I tried this idea of انه يعني let's be reasonable.
yeah,
في دماغي. By
yeah.
the time actually the meal showed up and it was produced, طبعا it was totally excessive. يعني we did Molokhia and then I was like, okay, what else can we add? But it wasn't like, salads and stuff. It's like, what other dishes
A
can we have?
dish,
And you
yeah,
wind up having a feast. And you just,
exactly.
honestly, genetically, I don't think we can.
It's very difficult, and I do this. Like sometimes I'm at home and I'm like, okay, like my dad's coming over for lunch and my mother is traveling. I'm like, fine. So I can do like one dish, which I do. And then if there's a bit of time before lunch, I'm like, you know what? Those kusas in the fridge, they look very nice. Maybe I should
I
be doing
know.
something with them. And this,
Yeah.
that, but in today's world, we need to be aware of food waste. We
No,
need
I
to
agree
be
with you. And I
aware.
think, look, I mean, one thing I do personally at home is there's, especially if we have it with people that we've invited people, there's definitely excess. There's no question. But it all goes in the fridge. And I honestly have it as a second day, third day, sometimes fourth day meal. Yani,
Oh,
Molokhia from yesterday will be with us for the next 3 days. And I'll have it today for lunch. The kids will have it tomorrow for dinner.
what
So
did you do
that's
with your what meat did you use for your molokhia?
So I did it with the chicken outside, yani on the side, that you can cut and put into the molokhia. Because I like my molokhia with everything. You know, the rice, the salata baladi.
Do you have any thin bread?
We had baladi bread on the side
No,
also.
no, no, not
Yani,
on the side. So I'm actually creating your lunch today. If you
okay.
have a thin bread, like a
Yeah.
shrak type or a mar'u type,
Okay.
you take your molokhia, cold,
Okay. Cold.
spread it on the bread,
Mm.
fry some coriander, but whole, with its stalks, the whole coriander. Put it on top, slice spring onions in length, put them on top, a bit of lemon, and you roll that, and you have a arusat mulukhia.
Oh wow. La
And if you really
ta'gibni.
want to push it a bit more, you do a mayonnaise with coriander.
Oh my God.
And that's like,
Wow.
that is my favorite snack.
You created a molokhia hand roll.
Yes,
That's
yes, I
fabulous.
served, I
The
served it for.
molokhia hand roll has been born.
It was born. It was served 8 months ago at the opening of an art space called Wonder Cabinet in Bethlehem, and it
Oh
sold like
wow.
this. It was
Oh
like,
wow. تعجبني.
I love it.
I love it. I love
It
it
just
too. I love the idea of it. خلاص حاضر. I will try and I will send you a picture. Let's see.
please do. So I did molokhia, like you yesterday, and I used some of the lamb meat to do the
Oh, okay.
molokhia.
Is the Palestinian version with the dim'a?
What is the dama? What is the dama? This is interesting.
It's a dim'a.
Dima.
I'm not the. I'm going to send you some information after this call, but I mean, essentially, there's different. Sometimes it's done inside the molokhia. Sometimes it's done as a separate sauce that you add to the molokhia. And I think you find different Arab countries doing it differently. S-
What we do here,
mm,
it depends on the regions in Palestine.
okay.
In Jericho, which is where most of our mulukhia is planted, they do green chili and garlic, which they add onto the soup, and then they do a sauce on the side that is finely chopped garlic, onions, and chili with lemon juice. In Bethlehem, we do onions in vinegar and onions in lemon.
So that's exactly right. So this is our dim'a. Ours, and I'm going to be standard corrected by a listener who knows much more, is reddish, and I believe there's probably a tomato paste or tomato. So
Ah,
we create a more reddish version of
ah.
that. It has all of this, but it's a reddish version.
I'm gonna be
And
looking this up.
to be honest, I'm not. You can see I'm not a chef.
Because tomato with mulukhia is a very interesting thing. What we do here in some families actually put a whole tomato in the mulukhia stew, but they
Look, I
don't.
think it's tomato. We'll research and let you know.
I will
But
research it also because
yeah,
I
you
would
can
love.
research and let me know because honestly, it's slightly again it's a twist, so it's a slightly different taste, and you can get it in two ways: either as a sauce on the side, like you said, and then you kind of put in as much as you want, or actually kind of floating on top of the molokhia. You know, when it's
Ah,
first presented, and then when you're kind of serving it, it خلاص, it kind of goes
in
in the
the
body of the soup essentially.
I would
So
love that. I would love to find
okay.
out more about it.
Yeah. I have a book that has the Egyptian version. I will research
Cool.
it and send
Thank
it to
you.
you.